What are the weirdest comments that you receive?
As a blind person, you always sit at home and hear audiobooks. Of course, I hear audiobooks. I love audiobooks. My 3 golden rules are: first, look to the person who has a disability. Second rule is just ask, do you need help? And the third rule is don't touch the person without asking. In my family, I'm the blindest person, but the person who saw the most countries in the world.
Freaks No More.
Hey everyone, I am Vicky and this is Freaks No More, the show where we debunk myths about people with visible and invisible disabilities and show you how you can be a little bit more kind to people who experience the world differently. In today's episode, we have someone who literally sees the world differently. You might know him as Mr. BlindLife on YouTube and on TikTok. He is quite a successful content creator here in Germany, and he shows us what it is like to live with 2% vision. I'm very happy to welcome Erdin Ciplak in our studio. Hi, Erdin.
Hi, thank you that I can be here. It looks nice.
It looks nice, yeah. Erdin, so for people that are listening or watching, maybe they actually don't know what it is to be legally blind. So what can you actually see?
I say everything is really blurry. And when I look to you, I can only see some shapes. I cannot see your face. I don't know if you're smiling or looking angry or something like this. I see only shapes, colors, no details. And it's like a game. When you play a game, the map has to be rendered first when you go into the map. And by me, it's like the same. It took so long time. And then you have to describe me, my surroundings. And then I put everything in my head together. And it looks like that I see things, but actually I don't.
Many people would probably have many assumptions of what it is like to be blind, you know? They would think that you need help all the time with directions, or they need to like take you to somewhere. How do you usually react when people like try to be helpful but not really helping?
Yeah, so in Germany it's like, even when you stay somewhere or you stand somewhere with your white cane in the hand, you know, like 3 minutes later, people are coming, excuse me, can I help you? Can I help you? I always say, no, thank you, when I don't need help. And you know what, but when 10 people asking you within 15 minutes, do you need help? Sometimes you get a little bit angry as well. My 3 golden rules are: first, look to the person who has a disability. And second rule is just ask, do you need help? And the third rule is don't touch the person without telling or without asking.
So do people sometimes do that to you? They just grab you?
Often. In Germany, often. You know, they say, can I help you? And then in the same time, they grab you and push you and somewhere else and say, excuse me. You know, and then I have to react in a kindful way.
I wanted to ask you about tech. So what kind of tech and devices that you use to help you in everyday life?
My phone. My smartphone is the go-to thing. I need it every day, like, of course, for navigation, or I don't know, I use the magnifier on the phone. So because I can still see something. When I'm in a supermarket, I want to buy chocolate maybe, so it doesn't go often, but you know, when I buy chocolate, I need a magnifier, or there is a screen reader or something. So many different things. And with my glasses, they had a camera as well, so I can do a video call. So let's do a video call with my family or my wife or something like this. And when I need something, they can see, like POV style, and they can see and can direct me to the place where I have to go.
You probably encounter also many assumptions or stereotypes about what it is like to be blind. What are the weirdest comments that you receive?
You, as a blind person, you always sit at home and hear audiobooks. Oh. Of course, I hear audiobooks. I love audiobooks, but I don't sit all the day in my chair at home. You know,
you travel a lot. It's quite well. I mean, you're here with us, like now in Berlin, and like now you said you're going to Cologne for like a creators meeting. So,
yeah.
Talking about assumptions, behind us we have a spinning wheel, and for people who are already listening to us and know the show, know what it is about. So every color of the wheel presents a different myth about disability. In this case, about what it is like to be blind. So when you're ready,
okay,
spin it, and then let's see what we get. Exactly.
Okay, and let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, that was really...
What is that color? It's like black. This one, we talked about. Blind people see nothing but darkness.
Yeah, there are some blind people, of course, who see nothing. And nothing is not darkness. So when you see nothing, so I always tell to the people, what can you see with your shoulder? Or what can you see with your knee? What would be your answer? What can you see with your knee?
What can I see with my knee? Yeah.
Oh, you're sure? Or with your back?
Ah.
So you see nothing.
Yeah.
You don't see black. You don't see the darkness. But of course, when you close your eyes, you maybe see the darkness. So there are different types of being blind. It's not one stereotype. Every blind person sees black. No, it's different. The most people who can still see something. And in Germany, it's like when you see 2% or less, you are legally blind. I know in other countries it's different. And yeah, I'm legally blind with 2% vision. So I still see something. And I love it.
Let's spin the wheel again and see where we land. Voila. Oh, it is red. Guiding stripes on train stations, for example, are just decorative or part of the pavement design.
Yeah, it is a design. It's just maybe it's decorative. Maybe it looks nice. I don't know. You can tell me. But it's like for blind people to have a better orientation. Of course, as a blind person, you have to orientate yourself without these tactile pavements, tactile lines. I don't know how you call it. But when you have this on a train station, it makes life easier because a train station is packed with people. It is loud. It is noisy. And when you have these tactile lines on the ground, you can use your white cane and move from left to right. And of course, you don't know where it brings you, but because it's not written on the ground, but you know that this normally brings you to a train track or an entrance or an exit or something like this. And you get like mobility training when you want. So people, they can describe you everything and train with you, maybe the train station. And then you can use the tactile lines. And what I say always in videos, in German, Leitstreifen frei halten, or in English, keep the tactile line clear.
Yeah, you do a lot of videos, with short videos, TikToks, where like people park their scooters there or people just walk on these lines, not being aware what they are. Have you encountered comments from people saying like, oh, I didn't actually know. I thought there were something else.
Yeah, the most thing is when you see the tactile line next to the train track, they say, that was the line where I have to say behind the line. So, and I say, yeah, maybe you can do this, would be easier. But as a blind person, I cannot stay behind the line because I have to walk on this line, you know? So this is not a safety line or something like this. This is especially for blind people.
And how did you decide to make these videos in the beginning? Was it something that you just randomly had an idea? I'm going to record myself.
Yeah, yes, random idea. It was like, I want to catch my train and then, people standing there again and I had not enough time. And the next time I thought, why I not record this? Maybe people are interested and they say, oh, Germany, you cannot record the face from everyone. Okay, just film the ground with your white cane.
Yeah.
And I never thought that so many people would like it. And the funny thing is, these tactile line videos goes around the world.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's how I know you from, actually. I found you from TikTok. So I found you from TikTok, although like I don't speak German myself. So I even like, you popped up on my feed and I was like, this is so super cool. And here you are in our studio. Let's spin the wheel again for the last time and see where we land.
So another color, please.
Another color, please. Yes, I have another one. Blind people cannot use smartphones or computers.
So every phone or every PC or whatever has a screen reader on it. And it's like the screen talks to you, or the computer talks to you, the phone talks to you. You can use this when you want. And it always works in so many different languages. And when you learn this at first, of course, it's not easy. Then you can use your phone. You can do calls, you can check your emails. Of course, not every app is accessible, so you cannot use every app with a screen reader. But I think it's maybe going to the details too, because the IT has to do the app accessible and something like this.
How does, like, for people that don't know and never used a screen reader, how does it work?
It works like, maybe I can show you?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, show us. Yeah.
But I will switch it.
But we got to also describe it for people who are just listening.
Yeah.
So.
I'm just opening my app and I press
Voice over ein.
So I press a button, now screen reader is on, and then I use my finger and I just move with my finger around the screen.
Camera.
And it says what it is.
Yes,
Yeah.
it says what it is. So easy. And and then I can open it and just do everything what I want.
And you also game, right? So you said you play GTA a lot?
Yeah, I have a big screen and the screen is like 5 centimeters in front of my eyes. And then I try to play games. Of course, the most games I cannot finish because the missions are too complicated. I cannot see it. There's a time pressure, something like this. But I say, you can do everything what you want. Try it out. Just enjoy your life.
So you're a content creator. You have quite a lot of followers. How did you start first doing content and when?
Oh, this is a long story. So I wanted always to go to another country, like in the school time, this, 1 year in the United States, something like this. I had no chance. But in my university time, I go to Turkey for 6 months, 1 semester. And I never use the cane until this time. Even in Turkey, I never use the cane. And when I come back to Germany, I was like, you have to understand that you're really blind with 2% vision. Because the stressful part was from me in the morning in Turkey to wake up and go to my workplace. I was finished. My energy was at 0 level because I have to concentrate myself. And when I come back to Germany, I said, learn your disability from ground up again. What does it mean blindness? Can you use a white cane with 2%? Yes, you can. Everything I had to learn. And as I said, I am not the only person who thinks about this. So many people are thinking about different topics about this. Do videos. Share.
You're just like, I want to share my experience.
Yeah.
Cool. So you started with YouTube, I guess, before TikTok was a thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I started with YouTube and yeah.
And you've been doing it for how many years now?
2014, so 10, 11 years, 12 years.
Is it easy to live off of it? Just living off being a content creator?
Oh, this is a hard question. So I met many content creators. Of course, I'm the biggest blind content creator in the German part. And when I talk to other creators who are not blind or who even have no disabilities, they can live really good, what I noticed. As a blind person, it gets complicated. Because when you are blind or when you have a disability, and I think many people can understand this, the people want you always to do everything for free. It's for disabled people, it's for blind people,
it's for a good cause, so you should do it for free.
And I would do this, of course, but I don't live for free. I have to pay everything. So yeah, but I say yes, I can live good. I'm happy.
So what is some of the funniest moments that you encounter when you travel?
I was at the lounge from in Hamburg Central Station. There is a lounge, you can eat there from the train service from the Deutsche Bahn, and then I get out. Because I travel so a lot and many people knows my videos, the security workers at the Central Station Hamburg, they all know me. So I get down the stairs, I want to go out. It was Saturday afternoon, so packed, empty, really packed, not empty, it packed really. And I said, now it gets really stressful to go to my track. I want to take my phone out, want to start a video. And then 2 security guys come, hey, can we help you? Can we bring you to the track? It's easier. I said, put phone back, no video today, because I was stressed. I said, yes, help me, bring me there. And this was really funny. And then, the funny part comes. There was a child, I'd say 12 years old. He wrote me on Instagram after the security guys put me into the train, okay? He wrote me, what was happened? I saw the police catch you.
Oh, no.
I wanted to take a picture with you, but, what did you do wrong? Because there were 2 security guys, one on my left, one on my packed me on my arm, I was sad because, I did nothing wrong.
Yes. They're just trying to help. I asked you a lot about content creation, but I really want to talk to you about family life too, because you and your wife are kind of, I would call you a power couple online. You do a lot of videos together as well on YouTube. And what's something that you don't show often on YouTube? Because you're very public about your life as a family. What's something that you don't show in front of the camera?
So we don't show our baby in the camera. So we talk about the topic baby, now how is it to be as a blind dad or something like this, but we don't show our kid on the camera. This is a no-go area. And we don't show our bedroom.
Yeah.
A little bit privacy in our life.
Of course. Does it ever get tricky? I don't know, thinking about, should I share this or should I keep it to myself?
The problem is some people try to find out where you live.
Oof.
This is a big thing. I had one day shooting a video and then they drove me home. It was not far away, but some people followed me with a car. I don't know how. And they were standing next to me. I didn't see them, but the other people saw them. I said, why you don't tell me that we are stalking? That they follow you to your home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the only bad thing, I would say, but the most people are so nice. When I meet people, hey, Mr. Blind, how are you? And hey, I said, yeah. And so I love people,
So people recognize you on the street.
Yeah, and I always say in my videos, when you see me and you want to talk to me, say always, hey, Mr. BlindLife. Because when you say, hey, Mr. BlindLife, in my head, it's like, switches automatically. Content creator. Okay, and saying, hey, how are you doing? Well, so many people know me from the different places, and like CEOs and children, and I can learn a lot from other people as well. So
does it ever get exhausting? I don't know, like you're just like minding your own business, traveling somewhere, and then suddenly like someone comes to you and says like, hey, and like obviously they're really excited to see you, but does it ever get too much?
Yes, of course. When you're in a stress or you're in a hurry or something like this, then it gets really stressful. And they say, excuse me, I have no time. Sorry. But normally when I travel, I know that people will recognize me, and I always take more time or like be ready in my mind that someone will say hi or something like this.
Now that you got the baby, does it change the way you create videos? How does it affect your content creation?
When I do videos at home, I have to wait that the baby is sleeping. I'm not screaming all the time or something like this. Or when I'm outside, when I have the baby on me, on my chest, I don't record a lot. Like a little bit, maybe you can see the head when he has covered. The head is covered. But these small things, I have to think about it, because normally I swing the camera all around me. It's like, here, look here. So now I have to be a little bit more careful where I point the camera on.
Was there anything like you're really worried about before you became a dad that's kind of, it wasn't so bad in the end?
When I go out with a baby, I was like, people were more like, oh, you are blind, you cannot go out with a baby. Because on my comment section, it's full and packed, when I do something about the topic, like, oh, you are blind, you cannot have a baby, blind people, how you can do this and that. But when I go outside, people are really nice. So the opposite, really nice people. When I'm in the supermarket with a baby alone, or when I'm there, people are helpful. We will ask you, do you need help, something like that. So really positive, and that takes a little bit stress off on me, so I'm more relaxed when I go out with baby.
I want to dive into a bit of history. So with us in the studio, for people who have listened to us already, know that we have a time machine. So I thought that this time we can explore a little bit about the history of tactile pavements and tactile surfaces in general. Whenever you're ready, 3, 2, 1, I'm going to say, and then
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Our story begins in Paris, 1784. Valentin Huey creates the first embossed books, raised letters that could be read by touch. It was revolutionary, but slow to read, so it started a search for a better tactile language. In 1821, a French artillery officer named Charles Barbier presents his night writing code, dots meant for soldiers to read in the dark. Among the students testing it is a 12-year-old boy, Louis Braille, who later simplifies it into a 6-dot system. Braille believed that access to communication is vital for independence and respect. As he put it, we do not need pity, nor we do need to be reminded that we are vulnerable. We must be treated as equals, and communication is the way this can be brought about. A few years later, Braille's tactile code is published. And while his code opens doors to literacy, a new tactile revolution begins, this time beneath our feet. We transport to Japan in the 1960s. One Japanese engineering student, Seiichi Miyake, spent his own money to invent tactile blocks to help a friend who was losing his vision. In 1965, he created textured blocks with raised domes and bars detectable by foot and cane. 2 years later, the first tactile paving is installed in Okayama City in Japan. Small raised domes warn of hazards, while long ridges guide travelers along safe paths. By the 1980s, tactile paving spread across Japan, then to the UK, Australia, and the US, becoming a global standard for accessible design. At train stations, sidewalks, and street crossings, the dots and lines beneath our feet echo the same purpose as those beneath our fingers. Okay, now we're back in the present times. I personally thought that what Braille said was quite revolutionary at its time. I mean, it was 19th century, and he was saying like, hey, treat us like other people. Treat us with respect. Do you sometimes meet people that are a little bit, let's say, more condescending or like treat you with pity?
Yes, I met sometimes like people like this, but I'm a person, I can speak for myself, and I bring them to the direction how they have to treat me. I try to change them. When I say, oh, you're blind, okay, it's okay, but can you help me only with this thing? Just this I need, and the rest is okay.
When you've traveled like around the world, has there been any places that surprised you in how accessible or not accessible they were?
It's a nice question. So I cannot say that this or another city is better, because in every city is something good, something not. And when you say around the world, so I was in South Korea, I was in Seoul, I was in China, in Shenzhen, Hong Kong. So I like the tactile pavings. This is my passion. I don't know. So I like this. And in Seoul, there are everywhere these tactile pavements on the ground. But in Seoul, there are, I think, 9 million people. So you always run into people.
Have you gotten sometimes, I don't know, really angry when someone is refused, I guess, to move away from tactile paving, or someone that is not so accepting, like when you tell them, like, hey, please move, I need this?
Yeah, one day there was a bag, I think, on the tactile pavement. I was run into it. Excuse me, can you keep the tactile pavement free? No reaction. It's, excuse me, no reaction. And when I always walk around these people, they will never learn it.
Yeah.
That's why I stay there and try to talk to them. I don't know if he maybe doesn't speak German. Then I switch to English. I say, Leitstreifen freihalten. No reaction. Okay, keep the tactile pavements clear. So I switch to English. And then he said, yeah, why? Yeah, because it's for blind people. You just walk around. No, you have to keep it free. You will never learn it.
Yeah.
So make life easier for blind people. Because, the most disabilities comes in your life. I am born with my blindness, okay, but the most disability comes with your life. So when you're healthy today, it doesn't mean that you're healthy tomorrow.
That's true. I am very curious, because this is a podcast show, but also we have a YouTube version. Do you listen to podcasts? You said sometimes people assume, oh my God, do nothing all day, but like listen to audiobooks in my room. But do you actually listen to podcasts sometimes?
Yes, I listen to a tech podcast because I'm a tech nerd, I don't know. So this every week, it's like 3 hours, the podcast, mostly 2 to 3 hours. And every week I listen to it. So
Great.
When I go in a train or sometimes at home, I like podcasts.
So Freaks No More, maybe you listen to your own episode.
Of course.
When it's out.
Oh.
Is there something that you want to say to our audience? Piece of advice, a motto, something, anything?
Of course, I will say, even if you have a disability or if you don't have a disability, when you believe in something, just go out and do it. So people don't trust me. Yeah, you can travel the world. Yes, I can. Of course, it's not easier, but I can. In my family, I'm the blindest person, but the person who saw the most countries in the world.
And on that wonderful note, I want to thank you for being here, Mr. BlindLife. Follow him on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all the social medias. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Today I learned a ton from Mr. BlindLife, and probably you did too. If you have any questions, comments, or even questions towards Mr. BlindLife, write to us. We have an email inbox, freaks@dw.com. I'm Vicky. Bye from me, and remember, be patient, be kind, and be understanding.
Freaks No More.